Hey, what's going on, fellas? Super Friday and Super Bowl and everything else that's super. Hopefully, everybody's doing well on this great Friday morning. Appreciate you guys kicking off another morning with me here as we've obviously got the weekend right around the corner. We need to go ahead and make sure we go ahead and recap yesterday's action and then talk Super Bowl on today's show. Want to share some stats with you guys so you guys can see. I think we're in for a little bit of a treat come this Sunday there at the Super Bowl. Then let's talk some NBA, let's talk some NHL, and let's talk some tennis as well on today's menu. So with that being said, Tyler, I love the comment. I saw you throw this one in there. Minus 150, it's at 9:31 when he starts. Plus 120 at 9:30. Cash, the minus 150. The favorites always come through on a great Friday. Love to see that, Tyler. Let's go ahead and throw that recap up on yesterday's show. We went 1-1, and we're just juiced out on yesterday's show. And unless you get a bet at plus money, if you go 1-1, you're going to be juiced out about every single damn time. So that's what happened to us right there. Our Sarandola brothers, they came through for us right there. Francisco gave us one hell of a sweat. He was the one that we needed on the money line. He lost the first set, won the second set, faced the match point in set number 3, was able to fight off that match point, and then claw himself back and win the next 4 games in dramatic fashion and go ahead and give us the good money line cash. His brother won. We needed plus 5.5 games. Hey, you didn't need any of those goddamn games because the man straight up whooped Schwartzman's ass 2 sets to love and took care of business right there. Isner first set over. That did not happen. I got messaged by a few of you guys out there, and let me go ahead and I'll tell everybody how I answered the question. Maybe you're sitting there thinking. The messages I got from people was saying, why didn't we just take in that Isner match there to just be a tiebreaker over 0.5 tiebreakers? Saw it. It was minus 370. It was minus 370 for over 0.5 tiebreakers we played in that match. Obviously, at that point, that becomes a parlay piece. I didn't have anything to parlay that with yesterday. So I said that there was going to be a tiebreaker in the first set, essentially, of over 10.5 games. It just didn't quite happen out. Second set, obviously, had the tiebreaker. So anyways, 1-1 on the day, down a little bit, but still positive on the week. Plus 4 units going into a Friday. I'll take that all day long. We made some arbitrage yesterday. There was the happy hour boost there on DraftKings. We were able to arbitrage and make $3.27. We spent the $3.47 we had going into the day on a 3-legged NBA same-game parlay. 2 legs cashed, 1 leg just fell a little bit short, but we earned a $3.47 bet. Obviously, we used that in an opportunity where we could, so we will obviously look to use that on soonish. That's what happened on yesterday's show. Hopefully, everybody's doing well. Super Bowl, baby. Ow! Super Bowl. Jump to this comment sections. Again, Tyler, hope you're doing well. Mark, what's up, man? I'm ready to kill the books, goddammit. Love where your attitude's at this morning, Mark. I'm loving it. Brian, right there. He wants to slay those books. Goddamn right. What's up, Fish? Good morning, Israel. What's up, man? Hopefully you're doing well. Morning, Tim. And morning, D-Gent. My man's always got his coffee. He's hanging back. He's chilling. He's relaxing. Tyler already cashed the tickets. My man's just pulling in winners like this. Drop in some more winners there in the chat, my man. Let's go ahead and why don't we actually talk some Super Bowl? I found this interesting the other day when I was digging it up. So I just want to share it with you guys. And here you guys can see right here. I think we're in for a treat here on the Super Bowl. So I just put this sheet together. If it's in black, we're talking from an offensive standpoint. If we're in red, we're talking from a defensive standpoint. I think, guys, we're in for a super treat this Sunday. Look at it from an offensive standpoint. First in the league in terms of points scored. You're going to see a trend as we roll through these stats that offensive-wise, Chiefs usually are ahead of the Eagles, but it's by a slim margin. You're going to notice as we go through these categories that are red, which are the defense, you're going to see the Eagles damn near always ahead of the Chiefs, in the head by a good little bit. And that's right there by points allowed. They're allowing about 3 less points per game. Red zone TD percentage, again, Chiefs are going to be a tick better, but only a tick better than the Eagles that come in right behind them at 68.57. You flip it over to the defense, again, Eagles have the better defense, and it's by a good little margin as we're going to continue to roll through these stats. TDs per game, they're both right there. Even the Eagles may have a touch of an edge. On the defense, though, the Eagles got a pretty good advantage, 2.2 versus 2.5. Offenses converting third downs on offense. Chiefs a touch better. Eagles right behind them. Again, move it over to the defensive side, though. Give the Eagles the advantage on the defensive side of the ball. They're getting off the field and forcing punts and field goals and what have you. First downs per game, offensive-wise. Neck and neck. Chiefs may have the advantage, but the Eagles are right there. Opponents, first downs. Again, the Eagles defense comes in better. Common theme you see when you start looking up the research. So I've just done this fascinating, fellas. It's going to be a great game. Hopefully you guys are pumped up. These now you got to take with a grain of salt, and you kind of got to look in between the numbers. What do we mean that by yards per game? Okay, Chiefs get more. I don't really give a shit. And then when it comes down to like how do you do it? Okay, well the Eagles prefer to run it and the Chiefs prefer to throw it. Okay, no worries right there. So now what you're looking at right there is, does the team that prefer to throw it, are they going to be throwing it into a poor defense, into a poor secondary? And is the team that likes to run it, the Eagles, are they running themselves into maybe a good or a bad rush defense? Well, we can go through it right there. Eagles with the better defense, allowing significantly less yards. Opponent rushing yards per game. Eagles are going to come in a touch more, but, not grossly worse. And then passing, boy, that Eagles secondary, that's going to be strength versus strength in the Super Bowl. You got a Chiefs passing offense, which is one of the better in the leagues, against the number one pass defense in the league. That could be where the Super Bowl is won or lost, is maybe the success that Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs offense can have passing the ball on that game. Rushing yards per attempt, bang on right there. Both of them getting 4.6 defensive-wise. No real edge right there. Passing yards per completion, there you go. Another tight one right there. Opponents passing yards per completion. Of course, the Eagles are number one. They've got the number one defensive secondary in the league. How are you just completing the ball? Well, Mahomes is better than completing the ball than Mahomes. Give him about 2 percentage points better. From a defensive standpoint, again, the Eagles are going to come out on top. They got the number one secondary in all of the league. This right here is a little grain of salt, like, okay, well, if you're a rushing team, like these numbers are going to be a little inflated. Like, do you pass it or do you rush it? And so forth against you right there. Yards per play, I found interesting. Chiefs are getting more done per play. But from a defensive standpoint, again, Eagles are coming with a better defense. And then penalties, you always got to check in and see how the penalties games are going to airfall. This is team penalties, so how many you commit. Eagles are committing a little bit more turnovers, but what we're getting from this is less yardage. So what this tells me is while the Eagles commit more turnovers, more penalties, less yardage, they're getting more of your dumb, false starts, illegal shift, delay a game, stupid 5-yard penalties, where your Chiefs are getting almost another first down in yards. So they're getting more of your holding penalties and those sort of things. And then from a defensive standpoint, again, how many opponents do you force, or how many turnovers do you force your opponent into having? And you can see the breakdown right there, pretty even there. And then turnover margin. Eagles got the advantage right there. So I scroll through these stats, fellas, and I'm thinking we're going to get a damn good game come to the Super Bowl. We got a little bit of a treat here. We got a close game. We, of course, doing a free giveaway. Let's go ahead and throw that up on the screen, and we heard from you guys. And let's go through this. I want to shout out the people. You guys have done something right off the bat. You know what you guys have done right off the bat? You guys have put yourself in a very uncomfortable sweat. Right off the jump, you're already sweating your ass off in the Super Bowl because you got yourself as a first half under. 26.5 came in courtesy of Brian. And then you got courtesy of Steven. He said, well, why don't you tease that over down to 43.5? So you're sweating right off the bat. You don't want any points, and then you're going to change your mentality that second half where you want all the points in the second half to go ahead and cash it over 43.5. Travis Kelce, anytime touchdown. Heard from multiple people. Lee and John both like that leg. Jalen Hurts, anytime touchdown. That came in via Corey. We also had Miles Sanders, anytime touchdown. Chris said he liked that anytime touchdown for Miles Sanders. So put that goddamn thing in there, and that's exactly what we did. What about Travis Kelce over 7.5 receptions? Heard from Fish on that one on the live chat. So that one, of course, gets in there. Miles Sanders, several people liked Miles Sanders. The only way we could really get that in was him to have 50 or more rushing yards. So there it is. Courtesy of, Brian and Steven and Corey and Chris and John and Lee and Fish and Mark as well. So there you go, guys. We'll do $800. So that'll give, let's do 16 people $50 each. 16 people will get $50 each. If the people's parlay can go ahead. That's all courtesy of you guys. How do you enter that free giveaway? Well, you got to drop a comment on this video, not the live version. Drop a comment on the replay. You got until kickoff. Come kickoff, I'm going to take a screenshot of all those names. So come get it in before kickoff, and that's what you're rooting for. What am I rooting for this Super Bowl? Well, I've got some free bets, and just like you guys, I've put them kind of out there. So I'm just going to throw them all up on the screen and let you guys get a screenshot, and then I want to blow them up individually. So grab a screenshot right now. All right, now I was going to talk about it individually here. We've already talked about the money lines. This is free bets over the course of a long time. Doesn't matter who the hell wins the Super Bowl. I'm going to put about 4 units or so in my pocket. Let's talk about this player prop one right here. I'm doing A.J. Brown to have 70 receiving yards or more, Devontae Smith to also have 70 or more receiving yards. And give me Miles Sanders to have 75 or more rushing yards. So that'll be one we'll do. Also, just did one where I just did over 59.5 points. I want to root for a humdinger of a game and a shootout and fireworks. So give me over 59.5 points for a little $5 free bet. And then I agree with you guys. God damn, is Kelsey. How can you not have Kelsey like involved in some way to catch a touchdown? I agree with you guys completely. And A.J. Brown is the other one for the Eagles. Talked about, again, how the Chiefs, second most passing touchdowns allowed to the wide receiver position at 1.2. I just went with Brown, who's just got more targets. Even though Smith is, I think, a hell of an option, I just went ahead and went with Brown. And then if you're curious, and I will immediately right after this, I'm going to go ahead and work on the video there for the Fox Bet Super 6 app and the Yahoo Fantasy Slate app, where you can win $1 million on the Fox Bet Super 6 app, and you can win, I think it's $5,000 on Yahoo Fantasy Slate app. If you're curious, I've got the game scored 30-27. I like the Eagles. I after doing all the research and looking at everything, I just like the Eagles. So I've got them winning 30-27 is how I've got 30-27. All right, an over and an under. I know, right? Just got to sweat right from the jump. When I was putting together the parlay, gave me a chuckle. I was like, yep, all parlays are sweaty. We're just adding to the sweat right from the jump. I love to see it. All right, fellas, enjoy the Super Bowl. Good luck. Let me know, maybe, obviously, like I said, you got to drop a comment on the video. Maybe your comment is who you think is going to win the game. Hopefully you get to enjoy it. Sit back, relax, enjoy the last game of the year. All right, let's keep it on going, fellas. Let's talk about some bets on today's show. What do we want to start with first? Let's throw some soccer up here. We've already talked about a fair number of these, talked about that. The only one we haven't talked about is our over 1.5 parlay. 3 matches there in the Bundesliga, 2 on Saturday. And then we'll pick up a match there in League One, which is obviously France. And 2 of those are on Sunday. So you get the Köln versus Frankfurt match on Sunday, and then the League One matches on Sunday, and then the first 2 Bundesliga matches there on Saturday. So hopefully we can hit that over 1.5 goals parlay, plus 115 over at Caesars. I do have my one and only Super Bowl play. I've shared some of those free bets I'm on, and hopefully you guys will maybe want to come along for the ride. But the only thing that's really going to make the recap, if it wins or loses, is the teaser that I gave out at minus 130. Chiefs plus 8.5 over 41.5 points. All right, let's throw some more bets up on the screen. We've got night in the NBA. We'll be betting the NBA tonight. Let's go ahead and throw up 2 player props. Let's go ahead and roll with Damian Lillard. First quarter under. Yep, we're back to that play again. He's just... first of all, they put it back to 8.5, right? That was a number we got the cash on Friday. We lost on Saturday when they put it at 7.5. They've gone back to 8.5 for no reason. It's not like he's crushed that number. Remember, he only got 9 points in the night that we lost. He's still staying under this number. But we're making it because, what the opponent does, right? The Thunder. They're just good at defending the point guard position. They're in the top third of the league at defending the point guard position, limiting their opportunities, giving up assists, but limiting the production from a point standpoint. This should also be a good night for the center. It looks like maybe Nurkic is still going to be out, so you have that. Let's just hope these point guards don't get into a competition right from the jump and want to outduel each other. Because otherwise, if the research pans out, I think we get an easy under 8.5 points in the first quarter. Then we'll take Jalen Brunson there of the New York Knicks under 24.5 points. We've played this angle before against the 76ers, that they're just good against the point guard. They'll limit your production but give up assists. So hopefully that plays tonight. And then he's also going up against these 76ers 3 times already earlier this season, and it's cashed in all 3 games. All 3 games he stayed under 24.5 points because the 76ers have a good defense against the point guard position. They've had it all year long. Again, we've played that angle a couple times. We'll look to play it again tonight with Jalen Brunson staying under 24.5 points. We got some more bets, of course. Fired up. Who's fired up for Super Bowl? The weekend, baby. All right, let's get some more bets up on the screen. We're going to go ahead and talk some hockey. Let's talk some hockey real quick. Get my notes over here. Let's talk some hockey. We've got 3 matchups that involve the Toronto Maple Leafs. No Austin Matthews. He's their top guy. They got this guy, John Tavares. He averages 3.5. So they got his number bang on, but they're giving it to you at plus money, and it's cashed to 3 in 3 of the last 5. His teammate right there, William Nylander right here, his number is also at 3.5. and he is at minus 114. So I think that's pretty fair for him because they're going up against the Columbus Blue Jackets, folks, which takes on the second most shots in the NHL. So you're going up against the Blue Jackets. You're gonna be pressuring their zone, pressuring their goal, getting some shots. So we'll take one guy at plus money and the other guy at minus 114. Then we look at this Penguin player. His name's Raquel, I believe it is. They're going up against the Ducks. So obviously we love that straight up. They're going up against the Ducks. We know everything about them. He averages 3. They put his number at 2.5, so that's pretty fair when he averages 3. It's only hitting 2 of the last 5, but I think we'll get a bump today going up against the Ducks. So like that. We've got to parlay that with something, though, because that one's super juicy. So we got to parlay that with Isner to win 2 sets to Love today. It's just got to, I mean, his serve yesterday looked really stinking good. He should really overpower his opponent today. He may not even need a tiebreaker today, right? He should go maybe 6-3 or 6-4 if he can get a break. But if not, his serve, just like it did yesterday in the tiebreaker, it's just going to overpower this guy. His serve looks good. And so, yeah, he's going to whip his ass. And that parlay is going to hit at plus 180. And then the other one here is a full tennis one. The Sarandola brothers, we know them from yesterday, right? They were on our recap as getting us a good cash. I think they're each going to win a set. I think they have a good chance to each win their match straight up. But at worst, I think they'll win a set at worst. So give me that at minus 107 at Bet Rivers. And then give me the under there in Wolves Grizzlies. Let's pull my NBA notes up. Wolves Grizzlies under 236.5. For the Grizzlies, 5 of the last 6 have gone under. For the Wolves, 8 of the last 11 have gone under. And all 3 games this season have gone under 236.5, with the highest game only being 217. I got under 236.5. Otherwise, the other games, they checked out from a ATS standpoint or from an over-under standpoint. So this was the only one that we had a nice little discrepancy, and we went ahead and bet it accordingly. I can run through it if you're interested. Pistons by 3, the total of 235. 76ers by 2 with a total of 226. Celtics by 9 with a total of 234. Raptors by 2 with a total of 230. Heat Rockets total of 225. Heat will win by 7. Wolves Grizzlies. I got that one scored at 228. Got the Grizzlies winning by 6, total of 228. So yeah, give me under 236.5 and don't even have to think twice. Blazers Thunder. Blazers by 3, total of 235. And for the Cavs, Pelicans, total of 222. Pelicans winning the game by 2 points. That's how we're doing it, fellas. I don't see anything else that's been lit up. Let me know what you've got in the comment section. I'm ready to cash right now, Brian. Goddamn Skippy Wright. Gosh darn Skippy Wright. Anybody else got anything? Anybody want me to throw anything else on the screen so we can get one big? Why don't we get one big screenshot here of all the bets? I hear from people that they like on Fridays everything just kind of put on the screen. So let's do that. Let's do that. Getting a little big here. Get up there. Get your screenshot now. Get your screenshot. We'll move the money line. That's that. You either tailed those with me throughout the season, or you didn't tail, and there's no chance to really tail those anymore. Why is the Premier League stuff down? All right, there it is. I think there it is for your screenshot. So go ahead and take a screenshot right there. Those are some Super Bowl free rolls that I've got, obviously, and then bets for tonight, over the course of the weekend, and tennis and soccer and basketball and all that good shit. So go ahead and get that screenshot in. What do you think the first drive of game either? All right, hold on. I'm not reading that right. What's up, Chris, by the way? What do you think first drive of the game, either team over 180.5 seconds? Wow, so that's a prop. So you're saying, they hold the ball for 3 minutes. Wow, what an interesting prop. Well, they hold the ball for 3 minutes. Interesting. I never even heard of that, such a prop. I don't know, man. I don't even know how the hell you could research that. It feels like you're just making a play off like whatever you instinctively feel for, like from a gut perspective. I don't think anything can help you out from a stats. I mean, you could go look at, what did we say their third down? If I pull the notes up, what was their third down? So both are converting less than 50% of your third downs. From a defensive, they're both less than 40. I would say no. But I feel it's like just more of a gut. But I'm gonna go with no, Chris. Either team over 3 minutes. I'm going no. There you go. There's the real question. There's the real question for the gent. Well, I mean, what are we talking about here? Where's the price? There's the question. There's the question. What's the price? And what book is that? You know, you got everybody peaked, Chris. Everybody wants to know where you're seeing that. That tells the book. Man, there are so many props. Obviously, you can spend days researching, or not researching, just looking up props to bet on for this game. Obviously, I didn't really find anything too big from that player prop market. We kind of talked about it earlier this week when I gave out that teaser. I just think it'll be a close, high scoring game is what I think the research lends to. And I do think the Eagles we'll probably go ahead and pull that out. Who's placing a bet on hedging their emotions? Like who's a Commanders fan or a Giants fan and says, "Oh, the hell with the Eagles! I can't stand to see those bastards win, but let me slip in a $50 money line bet so I can hedge my emotions when they do win. I won't be too pissed off because I'll have cash a $50 money line." Anybody doing that? Or anybody doing that on the flip side with the Chiefs? Bills fans out there hate the Chiefs. Bengals fans out there hate the Chiefs. Maybe you hedge your emotions by a little $25 money line bet on the Chiefs. Minus 110 at DraftKings is the answer to your question. It's the first drive. So only the first drive, not each team. So only the first drive. I don't know. Like I said, that one just feels like, it's like however your gut feels. That one just feels. Do you guys want the answers to the Fox Bet Super 6 app now? Or do you guys play that? Or should I just stick that to a solo video? I have it queued up, ready to roll if you guys are interested. I guess it would provide a little bit more insight of how I think of the game. I'll just go ahead and do it now, and I'll still do a separate video. So first let's do the Fox Bet Super 6 one here. Let's do this one first. They ask you who's going to have more yardage. Is it Sanders or Pacho there for the Chiefs? I'm with you guys. I mean, I shared the stats. The Eagles are a rushing offense. They should get it done. So I went with Sanders, and I went with 80 to 84 yards for Miles Sanders. Give me 80 to 84. Question 2 was asking here about the receivers. Who's going to be able to get it done, more yardage? This one, I think between Brown and Smith, it's a little bit of a toss-up here. So I went with Kelsey because they're at least going to force-feed him the ball. Like they'll try and take it away from Kelsey, without a doubt, but they're just going to force-feed it. Now, I don't think Hurts has to force anything into Brown. He's got Smith. He's got Goddard. I think Kelsey. So I went with Kelsey on this one. I did 0 to 99. I feel like he's going to maybe the Eagles will. Remember we talked about how good they are actually defending the tight end position. They were like top 6, I think, in the league. I shared the other day. Maybe they just like keep everything underneath, keep the yardage down, but he gets reception. So anyways, I went Kelsey there. Question 3 is who will have more second half points and what will be the combined. I told you I've got the game 30 to 27. I've got halftime Eagles 17-13. So to get to a 30-27, that means I see 27 points with the Chiefs scoring 14 versus the Eagles scoring 13. So I went Chiefs, and then 26 to 28 is how I went that one. Question number 4 is which team will have more yards? Well, man, just kind of based on some of that information I shared, I'm going with the Eagles, right? That defense, I think, is going to show up. It's going to be good. But so 370, 389. Question 5 is pretty straightforward based on the research. Who's going to have more rushing yards? One team likes to rush it. The other team likes to throw it. So that was a no-brainer. You go for the Eagles. But then you got to do combined amount of yards. I did 240, 254 for combined. But I think it's pretty easy to think who's going to have the more yardage. And then who's going to win the game? I just said I've got the game score 30 to 27. So I went Eagles on that one. Eagles by 3. And then there's a contest on Yahoo where you can win, I think it's $5,000. Yeah, there's the screenshot there. So it's $5,000. It's 3 questions. It's 14 questions. Who's going to win the game? I went Eagles. I didn't make them different, right? I'm trying to win all the goddamn money, so I didn't go like Chiefs on this one to like hedge it. I want to win all the cash. Just give me all the cash. So give me Eagles winning the game. I went over 49.5. Obviously, I've got the game scored 30-27, so that's 57 points. So that's an over 49.5. Who's going to win the coin toss? I literally flipped the coin to see who was going to win the coin toss. My coin landed on Chiefs, so I went Chiefs. First scoring play, I think it's going to be a touchdown. Get fireworks in the Super Bowl. Here's an interesting question. Question on the next one is, what's going to be the jersey number, the first TD score? I went 14 or less. You get Hurts, you get Brown, you get Smith, and there was one other player for the Eagles you get. You almost get like all the top Eagles guys like Butt, Sanders, and Goddard. There's another one you get. You get Hurts, Smith, and Brown. There's somebody else I'm forgetting, but you get another good Eagles player. And then for Chiefs, you're gonna get Juju Smith. You get MVS, and then there was somebody else you got for that jersey number. Anyways, I went 14 or less because you get like all the Eagles kind of players that I think can really, do some damage outside of Sanders. I think Sanders could be maybe the one that bites you. Obviously, I went against Shuri there right there. I went with 33%. I'm going to roll with that one right there. Will the game be tied? Yeah, it's going to be a good game. So I think it will be tied. Which product will be the first, commercial featured after kickoff? I just went with other. I mean, just hoping for other. Will there be a 2-point conversion attempted? Super Bowl, baby. These coaches, Andy Reid and Sirianni there for the Eagles. These coaches, they like to roll the dice. So, yeah, I think there will be a 2-point conversion attempt. And then for this other one, which running back will have the most touches? I thought this one was pretty easy going Miles Sanders on there. Will the game go to overtime? Not for me. Will the QB win at least the share of the MVP? I thought that was funny. Has there ever been a time when like 2 people have won it? I thought a share was, I can't remember 2 guys winning the MVP. It's a quarterback-driven league. I mean, hell, Mahomes won the MVP last night. Both of these QBs are going to have a good day for their team to win. So, yeah, sign me up. And the color of the Gatorade, who the hell knows? It went yellow, green, or lime. I don't know. Maybe you could research what Andy Reid got dumped on him when they won the Super Bowl. I don't know. I didn't go that far. So, all right. So that's how I'm doing it there on the Fox Bet Super 6 app there and on the Yahoo Fantasy Slate app to win all the cash. I'm going to upload a video, go in more detail with those picks, but hell, why not just do them now? That's what we did. What's up, fellas? Anything else? What's going on, fellas? Anything else? Super Bowl. Looking forward to cashing with you guys. Anything else, fellas? Are we adding anything? I tell you what, you could also add, you're going to see this play today. It's going to be popular. Siakam to have a nice night against the Utah Jazz. Siakam. Numbers just weren't quite all there for me to get all excited about it. So I didn't pull the trigger. But don't be surprised if you hear Siakam today to have a nice night. I think Siakam, I think he could have a nice night. Simply put. Let's look over the notes one last time. Make sure we have everything covered. And I'm excited for your guys' parlay. And I thought it was such a good parlay. You damn right I sprinkled a little bit on myself, so I'm along for the ride. I'm along for that ride. Actually, not entirely true. Not entirely true. I took out that Travis Kelce receptions. That 7.5 number, to be honest, scared the shit out of me. I'm not going to lie. 7.5 over was a lot of receptions. I took that out. So I did like the 6-leg parlay. I put like $5 or $10 on it. I think I put 5. I think I win like $200. So I'll take it. So I'm rooting for you guys' parlay too. I'm rooting for it for the parlay too. Let's make sure I've got everything. Yeah. I'm ready to cash some bets with you guys, fellas. All right, that's going to be it. I think that will be it. I'm going to drop. We'll go ahead and make this other video here of all these Super Bowl picks. Guys, Super Bowl, enjoy it. And then the fun just keeps on. Then we get NASCAR. Then we get baseball around the corner. So I look forward to keep cashing bets with you guys. Enjoy your weekend. Make sure you come back on Monday. Let's see if we can turn profit for the first time in 2023. That'd be really effing cool to do, to ring a cash register on a Monday. Look forward to doing that with you guys. Enjoy Super Bowl. Enjoy your weekend. And we'll catch up with you on Monday. Good luck. Cash those bets.